All right, so uh, what we want when you have a fish or when you have a character whereby you move some body parts and these two controls are controlling they are constrained to vertices or to these joints. Now the joints are the ones which influence the body. Now what you don't want is to have those influences affecting areas which you don't want them to affect. That's why the fish ends up looking a bit funny like this. This is where paint weighting comes in. For example, if I move maybe this head and rotate it, you see, like this mouth, when I rotate it like this, you see it still moves down things down there, which we don't want. We want it to only move the area which it influences. The head is something. I think the head is a bit okay, but sometimes we don't want it to move other bits like these ones up there. That's why I told you, sometimes it's good for you to smooth the fish a bit more before you do more rigging. Let's see. I think you can actually smooth it even a bit here. A bit more. Let me see if it still works. Yeah, still works. So you can smooth it a bit more with this permanent smooth here, so that you can have more spaces of control. You can have more space, but you see when you move this, it shouldn't be affecting things like up there, as you can see. That's where paint weighting comes in. Control Z. That's where paint weighting comes in. If I choose this thing here, it shouldn't be moving anything up, down here. It should be only be moving whatever is in front of it. Guys, are you with me? So that's what we are trying to solve. For example, if we start with the eyes here, when we do this, it should not be affecting any part beyond these eyes. These vertices, these joints should be only affecting only this eye, not anything else. So let's try to do that. Now you need to remember what the joints are called. So you select the body of the fish, go to change here from whatever it is you are doing to rigging, go to skin. We are going to do something called paint skin weights on the character. Go to the option box and open it up. When you open it up, you're going to have this sort of thing. Sometimes it will be a little strange. Actually, that's why I didn't want to smooth. Let me undo that smooth. It's always better to smooth the character before you have rigged. But it's good to always have more lines on the character before you rig it. But to be on the safe side, don't smooth your fish after rigging with that smooth, because it might affect your UVs and a few other things. So let me go back to skin. Skin bind, skin weight, paint skin weights. So a normal fish, a normal skinning mode should be looking like this. Should be looking like this. It should not be like what it was doing before. So your joints, you should know what your joints are. So you have the root joints, you have the chest joint. You see? Now, each time I press on a joint, it shows you the influence. The white part shows the area of influence, which that bone controls. The black areas shows the areas which it doesn't control. Now, for this root joint, it should be controlling everything. It should be controlling everything. So the brush is for you to paint. That's why we call it skin weight painting. So right now it is white. It shows white because it's paint, and it is 1. It has the value of 1. When you put at the value of 0, when you scroll down, it will paint black. Farid, are you saying that? When you put the value to 1, it will paint white. And white means that you are increasing the influence of this particular bone you have selected, that bone which is selected. Let me save. This bone which you've selected, the white part means it's the area it influences. So as the root joint, it should be controlling the entire fish actually. Though actually sometimes it's not even necessary, but it's okay for it to control the entire fish. Now when you hold down B on your keyboard and drag your mouse, you click and drag, you can make the brush bigger or smaller, like that, so that you can paint something bigger. Turn this side and paint. So I'm having the value at 1. Down here I'm having the value at 1. That's why it's getting all big like that. I mean, it's becoming white. So that joint controls everything. So turn around and just make sure you paint everything in. But you can see it doesn't have any influence on the eyes, so the eyes are not tampered with, as you can see. Now we can go to the eyes. Let's look for the eyes. Where are the eyes? The eyes, the eyes, the eyes, the eyes. Left eye joint. The left eye joint. That is going to be a bit tricky. It shows no influence, but whatsoever, it's still showing a lot of influence. I think we shall figure out something there. On that, we shall come back there. Let's first see. These things still control a lot of things. I don't know why it's even acting funny down there. This control, this control. I don't know why it's doing that. But let's see. Go to skin. Paint weight, left joint, it's not doing that very well. Let me first go back to this one. Skin, smooth, paint weight, skin. The eye shows that it has nothing, but let me first put back some influence on this thing. I think I had given it too much. I'd done the tail that thing a bit too much. That's okay. Let's do. So black removes influence, white puts influence. Let's first do the chest. Let me first undo this. Sorry. Let me first undo this paint weighting on this thing. Undo. I don't want it to all of it be a bit funny. Okay, this joint, let's just give it a little bit more influence. Value to 1. Let's just give it a bit of influence. So I've noticed the trick is to give each bone a bit of influence, not remove all of it. So its immediate area is where it's supposed to control. Okay. Let's see. That's better. It has removed from there. So it's a bit of a balance, but it's doing some things down here. It's a bit of a balance. You need to balance. Go back to skin weights. Let's go to another joint, the chest joint. Where is it? Where is the chest joint? The tail is here. The joint is here. Let's give it a bit of more inference. A bit of more inference. Like I said, white will reduce the brush. White means it's influencing. Black means it doesn't influence that area. As you can see, you don't want to influence anything else. Whenever you see any other white part, like for example, you can see there's a bit of white there on this fin. So you want to remove that influence. You don't want that influence to happen. So take it to 0 and paint black on it. Let's see. You go back to that and test it. So you can see it's affecting a few things there, but it's not shaking any other part, which is okay. But I think we should add that thing at the top. Skin. Let's add this thing at the top. As you see, yeah, that's better. Guys, have you seen that? Yeah, Farida, is that? Farida is the only one with data to show their face. Oh, she's only one person with a camera. So you see, that bone is influencing that area without affecting any of these areas. That's what we really we want. So that the other parts, each part controls its own part. But of course, the eyes are still being stubborn. But it will come around as we clean the other parts. So go back to let me break off this. So I put it here. Go back to select this. Go back to skin weights. Go to the next bone. The tail. Increase its influence a bit. Not too much. Just give it a bit of more influence. The part where the bone you are selected is where it is exactly as where there should be more white. As it goes out, should become a little gray and then back to black. Then after you test it, you go to this one and test. So you still have a few issues there. And this one, see that? It doesn't affect anything up here. That's what we're trying to avoid. Now, if we look at this fin here, it is not affecting very well, as you can see. So we shall come and work on that. So we can come and fix a few things on that. So it should be able to influence a few things. So this is supposed to be the left. That's the left fin one. Go back to paint skin weights. Fin one here. You see, this fin doesn't seem to be. Tail 1, fin 1. We're looking for fin 1. Let's first deal with fin 2. Just give each bone a bit of influence. Farida, okoya amangu ago. Wakatandika. So this tail, give it a bit of more. Upper tail 1, upper tail 2. Actually, upper tail 1 is here. Upper tail 2 is very small. Upper tail 1, oopsie. If it's too big, you feel the brush is crashing through, you can reduce it. Down or down out, left click on your mouse and out. Sorry. Hold down B and right click on the brush and drag to make it bigger or smaller. That's what I'm doing there. So you can make the brush smaller so that it doesn't include all the other things. So if you leave something this white here, it's going to give an influence, as you can see. So if I select this one, it's going to be having an influence. Look at this. It's going to be having a small influence there. You see that? Guys, are you seeing this? It's having some influence up there. So what you want is to remove that influence. How do you remove the influence? Take this to black and go and paint there. Take it all the way to black. Make sure there's no influence on that from that bone. So whatever bone you select, it will light up where it influences. So I want it to influence all of this, as you can see. So paint well. Okay, let's look for more bones. Tail 1. Make sure you paint both sides. Okay, we have the head joint. As you can see, the head is here. So we want to increase its influence over here. Reduce the brush. I want to reduce the influence a bit. Oopsie. I want it to stop about here. I don't want it to go so back. Okay, so let's see. We have the head. That looks good. Still have a bit of influence there. And down here. I think down is okay. We can leave it there. Okay, let's move on to another bone. Left eye joint. Yes, this is what was giving us problems before. So we don't want it, this joint shouldn't be controlling anything on this fish. So I'm going to make it black, all of it. So I'm having my value at 0. So it shouldn't be controlling anything on this fish because we only want it to control the eyes. Okay, there we go. What's the other joint? This left eye joint. Let's test that theory and see if it has worked. You see, now you see how this eye is moving right? You see how the eyes are now following properly? Farida, what's up? Look here. Amaaso gatambula kati bulungi nga tegana kyega moving. Kathy, look over here. Bamulugambo. So olaba amaaso gatambula nga tegana kyega influence kati kye bayita paint weighting ekyo bannyo basabo ne bannyabo. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. So that's what paint weighting does. So the eye should be moving up and down following this thing without moving the body at all. Now let's go back, select the body, go back to skin paint weight options, left eye joint, the mouth joint. So we have the mouth joint. Let's increase its influence a bit by turning the value to 1. Press B, reduce and squeeze the mouse to have a bit of influence on this. And the figure doesn't have to be completely 1. You can take it to 0.6 so that you kind of increase it slowly. So leave some influence for the other joints. That becomes important. Not too much. This middle part here. Please remember the joint you're trying to control. It's this one, not those ones. This one. This joint here. So you can reduce it and bring it back a bit. This is called skin weight painting. It just helps to put influence where it's needed, and where it's not needed, no influence is required. Okay. There. Wait. I think I'm influencing something different. This is what we're supposed to be influencing. Let's see. Yep, I think that's good enough. Did you know you can do that? Already, did you know fish can do that? Yeah? Do you know fish can do? Did you know your fish can do that? There, it can do that. Okay, fine. Now let's look for another joint to cater for this. By the way, you don't have to paint each and everything. You can just paint a few things which seem to be not work, like this one. That one has been giving us problems. Let's look for it. It's called the left fin control 1 or whatever joint because of it here. Yeah, left fin 1. So let's go back there, paint weight. Let's look for it. I think These other ones are a bit working now. Let's look for that joint for the fins. That is the lips. I think that's okay also. These ones I just want to remove a few influences. I don't want them to influence a lot. We just want them to influence their area of proximity. Upper lip. There you go. We only want it there. Hey, yes, and remove these ones at the bottom also. The upper lip should not be, no, actually this one shouldn't be influencing anything below here. Remove this influence. So you need to get in there really and remove that influence. So get the brush smaller. The upper lip bone should not be controlling anything below. Please remember that. So when you come to this thing up here and do that, it should not be doing that, as you can see. The other lip should be moving by itself. That's what we are trying to clean. So that joint there should not be influencing anything below here, as you can see. That's what I'm trying to remove. Zero. Bottom thing should be clean. No attachment to the top part. And you can increase it a bit. So wherever you don't want the bone to, whichever part you don't want the bone to control, you put it to 0. Whichever other part you want it to control, you put it to white. So 0 is black, 1 is white. So wherever you want the bone to control, white. Wherever you don't want it to control, black. I hope you get that concept. Okay, let's see now how it works. If I got this, still controlling it, it's a bit better, but still pulling some vertices down here. I think it's because of this bone here actually. Let's take it back. I think this joint here is giving us problems. You see, it's this joint. So let's remove its influence, because this joint is controlling this joint also. So let's remove the joints of this first. 0, make sure it's not controlling anything below here. So sometimes it's not one joint, there are 2. Black, black, black through. No control required at the bottom. No control required. This is called skin paint weighting or paint weighting. And it's usually the last process in rigging. When you finish this, you're home free. So remove all that, and you can give it a bit of influence, a bit more on the top here. Okay, let's go back and test. As you can see now, no inference. You can open this mouth as much as you want without moving the other one at the bottom. Listen that. Reader, are you seeing that? This is your fish. So sometimes, tell Ibra to mute. Sometimes this, because this bone is influencing, controlling this one, the influence of this is also affected by that. You saw that, eh? Okay, so now this one, you see how it's still controlling that thing at the top? So let's remove it. Skin, paint weight. So look for that bone at the bottom. Lower lip. You see this lower lip? It's influencing this stuff which you want to remove. 0. Shouldn't be influencing anything at the top. Put them to 0. So take your time. Get in there. If you must remove the teeth first and put them back, you can do that. You can switch them off in the layer if you can't see properly. Everything at the top should be 0. As you can see, no inference. We don't want inference up there from that bone. Okay, and it's doing that, doing a good job there. Sorry, you can give it some bit of more inference on this. Doesn't have to be too much. Now let's look for the other parent bone. This one, as you can see, this one, it should be able to influence everything in front of it, starting with this one. Okay, not all of it. Should be influencing this part here. So this one is being catered for already. You don't have to paint all of it there. Already, don't sleep. Okay, now switch off whatever you don't want. We don't want influence on the upper lip. Oof. No influence required. On this lip. Make it smaller, make the brush smaller, and continue painting. So this brush has a way it sticks to surfaces even if they're upside down. Remove all of this influence. Look at this influence. Remove it, all of it. Okay, I think we are a bit good. We are good, we are good, we are good. You don't want so much influences up there. Okay, let's see how that works out. Oh, we want this one to be influenced. Oopsie. Okay, come here. Yep, that should be fine. So you should be able to work without the other one. So you should be able to do that. So I think you get a gist of the situation. So this one, still having issues there. Let's see. And wait. Which bone is that? Yep, it's there. Left fin, that fin, right eye. This right eye was having issues. We don't want it to control that. No controls over that. No control over here. We just want it to control only that eye. Good, 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 good. Very good. Now, where are those fins? I'm looking for this one. You see? You see where the problem is? So whenever we're moving this joint here, it was moving things down here. Yet it shouldn't be doing that. So let's turn this part off. It should be controlling this part, as you can see. It should be controlling this part. And I think, let's see. Okay, that's okay. I think let's include all of it. Okay, let's see. Does it improve it? Okay, so it's doing that because this one is also controlling these joints, and these joints probably have an issue. So let's look at them first, so that each of them has an influence. So go back to where your joints are. See that? So there should be, this one should be having a bit of more influence here. Let's increase the diameter of influence. That's okay. It shouldn't be controlling this side up. 0.3. Should be influencing only this. but we should increase its inference down here at the tip, like that. Okay, also shouldn't be controlling, this bone should not be controlling, should not be controlling this. So remove black, shouldn't be controlling anything down here. Increase the brush. Then as you can see, we're having a bit of issues here. So we should have all of it. Fine, let's have all of it being influenced. One, oopsie. Okay. I don't know why these are going off. Should be influencing somewhere. Somewhere. And no influence at all on here. Then should be having some influence here. Move this, shouldn't be there. Should be only here. Okay, tell me you have worked. That's okay. It keeps going off. Why does it go off? I think shouldn't be having it. Okay, I want to also reduce this a bit. Okay, we are working. It should only be influencing that. Then this one should be only influencing that. It's having some issues there, but I think that's modeling. It's not UV. Then this one is up. Should be influencing only that. So you do something aside. So something for the fins and everything as you go along. So it's pretty much the process. That's pretty much the process. So you go on reducing, adding inference and removing inferences. So this head here, I think it's okay. If you want, you can remove inference from it back there if you wanted, or add, but I think it's okay. Show joints, it's okay. Sorry, the airfish can do that. Yeah, it can do that too. It can also do this. So you need to work on such things. Make sure the inference is okay. So I think it's the issues on this joint here. You work on that. These ones, I think this one's okay. This one is okay. This one is also okay. So yeah, so if I came here, keyed there, Windows animation editors, graph editor. Yeah, guys, I'll teach you this. Don't worry about it. View, infinity, come to curves, cycle. I could get this one and repeat it this side. Okay. Yep, so as this tail goes this side, key, so as this one is this side, you could make this one a bit flip this side. This one go this side. This one go this side. This one go this side. This one this side. Guys, I'm just testing my rig to see if guys, I'll teach you this stuff. Don't worry, just observe a bit. I'm just doing some tests. Okay. Looks interesting. Yeah, we need to work on that bit of there, but the timing should be fine. So the fish can end up being organic as much as we want it later on.